Hello again, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in. It is Sergio here with 8Z Real Estate. And as a local Denver realtor, I am so grateful that I get to work with so many amazing people that go from clients to friends. And as any true modern love story starts, I met the next couple on the internet. I had a chance to sit down with Katherine and Bobby, or as they call themselves, Bobcat, and we had the opportunity to talk about the home buying process, the Denver real estate market, and their experience working with me throughout the entire process. So take a quick second, check it out.
So just tell me a little bit about the backstory, like the situation before we met, because I know we met on the internet. Right? As any true love story starts, right? So just tell me a little bit about the backstory. Maybe some of the negative thoughts you ever had about real estate or the experience or anything like that.
So originally we had kind of another realtor that we were talking to, and I just didn't feel comfortable. Like, we were getting a lot of mom and dadding, and it's our first home, but we did not want to be told what to do. Like, we do our research, and we make sure we're like relevant and understanding everything.
And you've seen how she works. She's like, she gets in it. She learns everything, then tells me, and you want a validation for what you've researched.
Right.
Well, somebody that can work with you,
Yeah.
And I feel like when we met you, it clicked in. It made sense, and like we knew we could get that, and kind of like you would guide us more than tell us what we couldn't do or could do.
Right.
I really don't like to be told no. So
Nice.
So I got the military.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel you.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And I was very grateful that you guys did all that research. I appreciate it, right?
Yeah.
Because you guys knew what you want, you know what you were looking for, and that makes a good team. Right? This was a team effort.
yeah,
Right?
that's totally what it felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And so I know this is going to seem like a very obvious question, but what was your desired outcome from the beginning? What were you looking for? If you could have waved a magic wand and had this gone the exact way you wanted, what would that have looked like? What were you looking for?
In a realtor or a home?
Both. And the experience. Let's just encompass both of those, right?
Well, I was always looking for someone, because I always feel like I ask too many questions, and I always feel like I have to give a caveat that, hey, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions, and non-verbally I'll tell somebody that, just to prepare them for all the questions I'm going to ask. So I was looking for someone who wouldn't make me feel like I had to be so apologetic for asking so many questions.
Yeah.
So that's what I was looking for in a person.
Yeah.
In a realtor.
Okay. What about you, Kat? What were you looking for in a realtor?
Some super professional, but also charming, and could kind of head us in a direction. Obviously, this being our first home, we needed more guidance than I'm sure some home buyers do, but do that in a fun, kind of easygoing way.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And I know you guys mentioned this a little bit. Sounds like you're working with another realtor at one point.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the either negative experiences you had, or some of the negative things that you heard, about either realtors in general, or just the buying process or this market?
I was, I guess, I wasn't exactly sure how it worked to where where someone was working exclusively with a person, and I wasn't sure how that courting process would go.
Right.
I was under the impression that, okay, you choose somebody, once you start talking to that person, you're kind of talking to them, and I'm a loyal individual, but you look for the fit.
Yeah.
And so I was a little unsure. The handful of people that we did talk to, I was like, that person seems okay, but I worry I'm the worrier in the couple, and I always look at the numbers and like, okay, how much is that? How much is that? How much is that? So I don't know. I was just trying to get a feeling for who we would be talking to and who would help me not be able to feel all that.
Right.
I don't think I answered the question.
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, the first house that we wanted to put a bid on, that was a big deal for Bobby. Like, and I think you made that so much easier for him. Like, just walking him through all the questions he had and just kind of easing his anxieties. And that was a big step for us to be able to put in a bid.
Yeah. I remember that call.
Yeah, I mean, it got shot down right away, but that almost was better.
Yeah, it really was.
It almost was better because, like, I was like, what, that soon? Get out of here. You don't, you know, like, that's like one date. You don't.
Sergio, he asked me, he was like, so do we really just look at the place and then we buy it? Like, we don't get to, like, come back and, like, how do we know that's the one? Like, how do you, and he kind of made an analogy to, like, marrying somebody.
Yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't have married you just meeting you for 5 minutes. That doesn't, how do I make this huge house decision? And
yeah. It's like going on a first date and getting married.
Yeah.
I thought 90 Day Fiance was a crazy show. Don't know why I brought that up. But, this is just like that. Like, you watch that and you're like, these people are crazy. But in this type of environment, I think it goes back to the work that you did, right? And the relationship that we had where you guys were like, all right, I know what's out there.
Yeah.
Right? I've done my research. This gentleman, obviously, we trust him, so let's move forward, right? I think that's just a testament to, like, the chemistry that we had. Right?
And I think that goes back to your original question. It's like, it's a trust relationship, right? And how do you make such a big decision and kind of change your entire future if you don't trust the person you're working with?
Right.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Right. And kindness goes a long way with me. Like, and it coming off and being genuine. So, like, I feel like the first thing we looked at with you, I just got the impression that you were, like, I don't know, my level of anxiety was always here looking, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, this guy's, he's gonna be all right. Well, he's cool. Like,
Good.
I felt comfortable, like, almost instantly, and then every bit of, like, phone interaction or text interaction, I don't know, it just took it from here to here, and it evened me out, because that's what was necessary to get any sort of traction.
Yeah. You're having that clarity.
Yeah.
And confidence that you're making the right decision.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of going to see the house with you, and you point out certain things, and you're like, okay, well, do we like this one better or the one we saw last better? And kind of like making that relative and making it easy to decide. You see hundreds of houses when you're looking online, and so it's like you can get lost in the sea of, like, details.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. I also felt like we were like-minded in, like, our aesthetic, so that helped, because you can't go look at something with somebody who's, like, we could tell your reaction to a place, and I'd be like, oh yeah, Sergio likes it, and we kind of like it too. Like, it's kind of about having that in common, and then kind of trusting, he digs it. It just validated your opinion so much more.
Cool.
That it seemed like it was kind of ours too.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Right on. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you guys.
Yeah.
We've touched on this a little bit, but describe, your experience, maybe like a couple highlights of, like, working with me that kind of stick out to you over the last few months.
I have a story, but But anyway, maybe
Sure.
I'll talk. Okay, so when you asked us to do this thing, I was okay. Maybe this might encompass it, but I was trying to think about how to describe you to like people like me who need somebody like you to work on a project like this.
Okay.
Okay, so I was my favorite job probably ever was being a swim instructor.
Okay.
I did it all through high school and college, and I was teaching little kids to like older people, adults, and when you're teaching somebody how to do something or go through processes, they need to feel safe, right? So when you're teaching people how to swim, you can tell them you can go through all sorts of like, strokes and how to help them relax. And you can go through all that stuff, but these lessons all take place in a swimming pool, and that's scary. But there's one thing that people always know is going to be there when they're taking these classes, and it's this ability to grab onto the wall. Like, I've seen little kids, they get in the pool, I light them up, I teach them their strokes or whatever, but they still reach over to the wall. And the goal is the wall. You take them 5 feet out and you get them to reach and pull and swim to that wall, and that becomes like their anchor, because they know that if I can get a hand on that wall, I'm not going to go under, I'm not going to drown. So that is kind of my summary of what you were to me in this process. Because every time I felt like that's too much money, or that we got to do that, we got to sign for that, we have to investigate that, like, you would always pick up the phone, or you would always get right back to me, and or shoot me over to Bob for something that you couldn't answer money-wise. And that was really, it was necessary for me. I needed that. So that's my take on Sergio. So,
That's perfect.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
That's very kind of you.
It's just the truth.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Did I answer the question?
Yeah, 100%.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're nailing it.
I think I keep going off subject.
I love it.
Told you I talk a lot.
What about you, Kat?
So I think your perspective on things as we walk into a house and you're seeing all these details about what makes it special or what maybe makes it flawed, and kind of challenges that as a home buyer we have to like consider. I guess I'm a lot more technical, so those are the details I care about. You've always been so friendly, so that makes everything so much more pleasant and easy. And I guess being okay with walking away was hard for me for some of these. Kind of like, oh, I like location, I like this, I'm really into this one. And then you'd notice, Bobby doesn't like this. Like, dude, we gotta move on. And so kind of hearing that from you made me pay attention to that a little bit more and understand he might be saying yes, but he doesn't mean it. And so, yeah, it was awesome. Just kind of like hearing that from you made me really be much more sensitive to what he needed and what he was saying. You know, I'm like, oh, research, like find the right one, and no, it has to be right for everybody. So
The balance of both, right? It's like the research and then the gut.
yes.
But you're almost, it's almost like you're a therapist, because because look, you're listening to her, and you're listening to me, and you have your own expertise. You're like Frasier, you know what I mean? Like
Frasier.
yeah. So like,
Did you Kelsey Grammer him?
yeah, I totally did.
Cool.
It's totally cool. He's the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and exactly like she said. I don't know. because I could see that you could see that I'm a happy wife, happy life guy, and I do believe that, and it works for us. But I don't know. I just felt like you were sensitive to that, and then also I followed lead from you on a handful of them where she was really bummed that we either maybe missed a boat on something or maybe got outbid on that first one or whatever. But your calmness in the situation is like, oh, there's more. Oh, there'll be more. Oh, there'll be more. You know? And I remember having to be like, babe, it's fine. Sergio's gonna find us another one. Sergio's gonna help us on something else. There's more. There's a lot of places out there. You know? So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you had this role that you played for. Yeah, you have to like wrangle both herds and get them to be like Congress. So good stuff.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we can see that's fun. I feel like I can tell you enjoy like that. It's fun for you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and it's good that we get along too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that's always.
That makes it
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So, no, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate that. And I guess we wouldn't be sitting here, so this one's kind of going to be like, I already know the answer to this question, but just describe, the results that you guys got, right? Like, what happened?
Is this the last one?
This is the last one.
Okay, I'm just trying to gauge my.
Yeah. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Let the cat out the bag. Just kind of talk about like what you guys got and how that makes you feel about your current situation and also about me.
Yeah. So Bobby, it was like a couple months ago, he was like, I don't want a house that looks like a house. I don't want to live in a place that's like just an apartment or a home. And so when we found the library, it was kind of perfect. I was like, babe, it's an old library. And he's like, no way. And then
Well, I actually didn't. You were like, oh, get out of the old library, whatever. And then you showed me like the first picture, and I'm like, what? And then I clicked through, but go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just perfect. It's unique for us. It fit that really indescript sort of not a house.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, we walked in with you, and I was like, it smells like books. And he's like, yeah, it smells like books.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I don't know. Sometimes you want something more than just a place to rest your head.
Yeah.
You really want the story with your home, and I think we got that.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Pun all the way intended. Pun intended.
Definitely intended. Our storybook.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
I mean,
Bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
that's the house.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
You were right there with us the whole time, so of course we feel great about everything.
Yeah.
It was easy to work
I
with you.
appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
I really do. Cool. Is there anything else that you guys want to share that's... I know you said you thought about this, so if there's anything...
Yeah. What were we talking about before we left the house? It was this swimming pool analogy, and then something else. The psychiatrist thing. That was on the fly. So that was good stuff.
But I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for you. I was telling Bobby, I know you ran out of the room, but I look forward to hanging out with you guys and we can go grab drinks or grab dinner or do whatever. But I really do mean that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where it starts. So
Yeah,
totally.
Thanks.
Totally.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you or someone you know is looking to buy a home or sell their home or just has a question about real estate, I would love to contribute to their journey. Go and visit my website at sergio.8z.com or follow me on social media. We can schedule a coffee, a showing, or a quick phone call. Thanks again for tuning in. As always, make today your best day yet. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.